Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about some reasons I think that we either our reality live in a simulation or there are realities that do. So basically, to make my first point is it's basically the fact that if there's a future generation of humans that advance high enough to be able to make computers and technology that can create realities to simulate, to observe, to test and experiment with things. And or do it's either we do that, like in another reality, we do that and then they create our reality, or and then we advance, create another reality, they advance, create another reality, and it's just like Russian dolls, but instead of getting smaller, they just keep the same size. Or or we don't, because it's either or. We either do or we don't. It already there is a 50-50 chance that there are realities that do live in simulations, because it's either we do advance or a race does advance like high enough to be able to make these simulated realities, or they don't, you know. So there's already a 50-50 chance that they do exist or that they don't exist. And so that's the question. Do we advance enough to create them, or do we die first? Does something wipe us out before we advance or not? Those are those are the two sides of the coin. We either do or we don't. And it's like a coin. We don't know. We can try and try to advance ourselves as high as possible, but then it all could come crashing down at a single notice. So we don't. Or we could advance and advance and advance so quickly that we almost, as a race, not like everybody, but as a species, as a race, we we advance so high that we just there is nothing that can wipe us out completely apart from maybe the end of the universe. So it's either we do advance or we don't. So, and the thing is, if we do advance and we travel across the stars, then we won't, especially if we're going to other solar systems, then we won't be able, then one event surely should not be able to wipe us out completely, because we're scattered all over the place. Even if we advance so far to get out of this solar system and our sun dies, like this sun up in the sky dies, it wouldn't matter, because before that we would probably leave Earth as a whole anyway, because the sun would continue to expand and expand and expand as Earth and all the other planets get hotter and hotter and hotter, and we can't take it anymore. So we leave. We all leave, not just the young, not just the intelligent, not just the rich, but we all just leave because we cannot take it anymore. So we leave. Or we don't travel across the stars and then the sun boils us to death. Again, we advance or we don't. The thing is, if we do, how would we know that this is? How would we be able to tell if this is a simulation or not? That's the only thing that is the problem here. How do we know that we're the simulation or not? Which is why I said at the beginning, either we are the simulation, or people that, or there are other realities that live in simulations. Because if there are other intelligent beings out there that are, like, zooming through space, then surely they'll continue to advance and advance and advance, and then create more realities, and then we'll advance and advance and advance and create them, and then that reality will advance and advance and advance and create them. All the while we are building all of these realities, all of these parallel universes. So, and the thing is, even if we don't in this universe, there will still be the parallel universe where we do advance enough to build computers that are powerful enough to simulate entire realities. But the question I pose is why? Why would we want to create simulated realities? And the thing is, I would have made this video if I didn't have the answer. So I'll give you 5 seconds, I'll give you 10 seconds to put your answer in the comments below. Go do it now. You've done it. Why we would want to do this, or why another species or type of people would want to do this, is for experimenting, testing. They would want to test different creations or different stuff, like all of these. Like, we will be the guinea pig. Like, if we live in the simulation, then we would be the guinea pigs of the species, of the generation that made us. So for scientific experiments, for nuclear weapons, for diseases, for ways to stop pollution, for ways to stop terrorism, for ways to stop everything, they could just go, hang on a minute, if we put this into the code, will this slow down pollution? Yes, it will. Okay, great. If we put this into the code, will everybody die? No, but most of them will. Okay, great. It's just experimenting with things that they either can't or won't experiment on their own people, just in case it destroys the entire planet, including them. So they build us, or they build the reality, the simulated reality, to test those experiments, to test those hypotheses, and then we do the same, and they do the same. And yeah, it all just comes down to that. We do or we don't. That is the theory. That is the simulation theory. We either do or we don't. But then there's also the parallel universes where we do. If we do, then we don't. We don't, and we do. Because every single time we do something or we don't do something, it creates a parallel universe. So if we do advance, if we do die in this universe, then we will still continue to live on in that universe and advance and advance and advance. But also, there's a parallel universe where we do live on, but we don't advance. We just live on. And there is a parallel universe where we do advance, but then we also die, like we get wiped out. So yeah, are we living in the parallel universe where we do advance, where we don't advance, where we do advance but die, or where we do live on but we don't advance? That's the real. So we got four. So to wrap things up, we got four realities. We got four different parallel universes we could be living. So we got a 25% chance right there that we could be living in at least the reality or the universe that does advance enough to make simulated realities. But then we've also one in the 50-50 chance of whether we do decide to build these simulated realities, or we don't. We just test them on, people that, like people that nobody really notices are there. So it's either we do or we don't. We either test them on our own people, or we test them on some other people that are technically alive, technically not. So it comes down to when we do have the technology, or what it will come down to is a moral decision, which again creates a parallel universe in which we are testing on these simulated realities to where we are testing them on these people. It comes down to 50-50 or 25%. It comes down to 50-50 all the time. Because even in those four realities, two of them, we still advance. The one we advance but die, we still advance. And the one we advance and spread out again across the stars, we still advance. So that's 50-50. The other one, 50-50. It's coming down to 50-50. Are we in one of the universes that do advance, and are we in one of the realities that are a simulated reality, or that aren't? And anyway, guys, with that question, put your comments down below and about how you feel on the whole situation, and I might get back to you, and then I might make a follow-up video. I probably won't know, but that's something to think about. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.